I think it's safe to say that this anime has passed the so-called 3-episode test for me. What started out as a crazy hentai-ish anime has now become a surprisingly heartfelt romantic comedy, and even though it's not super clear at this point where exactly this anime will go, as the first 3 episodes were quite different to each other, I think it is clear that Production IMS knows what they're doing and they're trying to create a really entertaining anime by fusing hentai with comedy drama, I think. So in episode 2 of Masou Gakuen, we get a Monster of the Week episode. It starts off with Kizuna's sister showing the whole school that Kizuna's perverted actions towards Chidori in the previous episode gave Chidori a superpower boost. That's right, everybody, Kizuna's sister crossed the fucking line in the first 2 minutes of episode 2, and it made me smile. Jeez, did Kizuna's sister really have to show such perverted things on a big screen in front of the whole school? Holy shit. And then of course we get the typical harem stuff where 2 of the 3 girls, Chidori and the more understandably disgusted Haru, both of whom Kizuna is supposed to grope sooner or later, start fighting over him. After Kizuna meets his cute younger helper Sylvia, don't worry, nothing is going to happen between those two. Kizuna is suddenly made captain of the Amaterasu girls, and they travel to an island. There, Euryssia and Kizuna encounter aliens. Euryssia nearly dies. Kizuna gropes Euryssia, and Euryssia is powered up enough to kick some ass. Nobody saw that one coming. And at the end, all 3 girls fight over Kizuna. Nobody saw that one coming either. So yeah, this episode was cliched, but it was fun, and considering this is a shallow hentai-ish comedy, fun suits this anime. Then in episode 3, I was kind of caught off guard, guys. There was me thinking that episode 2 was fun, but it was a Monster of the Week episode, and you know, if you have too many Monster of the Week episodes, it can get boring, but episode 3 solved that potential problem by actually adding additional layers of drama. What the heck? This anime actually crossed the line and decided to make itself deeper. So everything begins with the 3 lead girls kicking ass in a training exercise, and Chidori just continues to be really clueless. Is that the right word, everyone? I feel like Chidori is smart in general, but some of the things she does in this episode really makes me doubt her social intelligence. Later on, because Euryssia was saved from near death, she now wants to get more out of life, so she and Kizuna somehow end up on a date where they do sightseeing of the island that they're on, and of course we learn more about their environment and how fake most of it is. Oh my goodness, that totally works for this anime when you really think about it. Then Kizuna bonds with Haru, and Haru wants what is best for the other students at the academy. How honourable. And finally Kizuna bonds, or at least tries to bond, with Chidori. Chidori has this monologue where she's clueless about the definition of handmaid, which was pretty funny simply because of how over the top it was. Chidori then tries to make love to Kizuna in a public park, but fails as Chidori and Kizuna don't have a very strong emotional connection with each other. I know, right? A surprisingly realistic perspective that lovemaking can only really happen if there's actual love involved. Finally, Kizuna finds out that a recent experiment showed that if the energy levels of the Supergirls reaches 0, then they die. That would have been really patronising, as obviously if anyone's energy levels reach 0, they'll die, but it was all revealed in such a dramatic way that it had emotional impact for me. This is a really good setup, as it means that Kizuna must develop emotional relationships with the 3 Supergirls in order for lovemaking to happen effectively, or else the Supergirls will die. A shallow setup has now become a deep and emotional setup. So yeah, I am impressed that this anime has taken such a ridiculous idea and actually added deeper layers to said idea. This could have been a totally shallow anime which may have bored me eventually, but now that it's apparent that this anime is probably going to be more relationship-based than hentai-based, I'm now interested in what's going to happen for the rest of the series, because it's actually exploring deeper ideas about sex and hentai. I have no idea if things will continue that way, or if this anime will just revert back to Monster of the Week or Hentai of the Week like episode 2 was, but I hope it continues to be more character-based, as that seems to be what is working best for this anime.